Huge series for G2 eSports. Kronovi, JNAPS, Rizzo have to perform against Atelier, a team that a lot of people are predicting finishing, near the lower end of the top 6 or the top 8.
Yeah, it's going to be an important series for both of these teams. G2 with expectations on their shoulders. Can they live up to the hype? We are going to find out in this series. It is G2 eSports versus Atelier as Rizzo leaves that one for JNAPS to start ourselves off here. Matt gets that one up high. He's going to try and follow that one by Sis. Going to drop down towards the side, but Kronovi getting that one over into the corner as both these two teams taking their time to start off with, trying to find a way through. JNAPS gets beat to that one by Matt early on, and that's a bad touch there from Rizzo. Allows Turtle to take the opening shot.
Turtle, he played quite well in the last game. You saw the overtime mind game. This time, plays it a little bit slow, and it pays off. He was able to get the bounce. No one defending it. Kronovi didn't get up in time, and Turtle just knocks it in less than half a minute in.
Great start there from Atelier as JNAPS comes out really well on that kickoff. Going to force Sis to come across quite early on and go for the eventual clearance. Kronovi puts that one up high, looking for JNAPS. Some passing plays coming out here from G2, although just a little bit too heavy, allowing their opponents to come up and take that ball away. Kronovi gets the block onto that one. Everyone from Atelier was over in offense. That allows G2 to come forward. Kronovi tried to get the flick onto that one, put that one up high. No. Rizzo turns that one away.
That wasn't the greatest hit by Turtle, and now G2 is still on the counterattack.
G2 just seem to be either fully going into offense or fully going into defense. Don't really go for a 2-1 rotation like we see from some of the other teams. As Kronovi, he's waiting on the wall. Not going to get it though, and JNAPS turns himself around. Sis goes for the block, but JNAPS does just enough to take that one away. Turtle going to put that one over into the corner, allowing his team to come back on the rotation. Smart play there, just taking his time.
And another thing, Atelier, they've already played a series today, so they're warm, especially against NRG. That's some really good practice. So G2, this is their first game of the series. Last season we saw when a team comes out and has to play a team that's already warm, the team that's already warm a lot of times does play a little bit better. So we'll see if that comes into effect in this series.
Well, JNAPS is going to put that one up high. Kronovi's got himself up, tried to get contact onto it, but the bounce was just below him. Matt just passing that one straight out over to Rizzo so Kronovi can come back into the play. Bounced off the backboard, but Turtle is there just in time, misplacing that and not allowing Rizzo to get the counter or the rebound off the back wall. And for you, Atelier, we just mentioned that this is the biggest series. They've got 2 of the biggest games of their entire season. Are these games necessarily completely essential for them to get forward into the playoffs?
It's a huge boost. It's a huge boost. When you're only playing 7 matches throughout league play, if you can get a win, if you can steal a win off a team that's projected to finish in that 1st or 2nd spot, that's going to do wonders. One series win can be the difference between making the regional championship and not.
JNAPS goes for the clearance onto that one. Matt and Sis going to link up here, and Atelier still have the lead as we enter into the second half of this matchup. Turtle leaves that one for quite a while as JNAPS with the eventual clear across, looking for Kronovi. Kronovi, every single time G2 keep trying the exact same thing, these long clearances, looking for Kronovi down the other end of the field. They're not quite getting this play to work out though, but they keep rehashing the same play. Now the pass out to Rizzo, something a bit different, lovely play, but Matt saves the quite loose shot.
Gibbs mentioned it. They go for passing plays quite a bit, and that just is going to bounce in. Where was Kronovi?
The entire rotation completely breaking down from G2.
Okay, so Kronovi just pinched that. He pinched that with Sis. No one was expecting the ball to go that far out. So a little bit unfortunate. Normally you don't expect a ball to just pinch right back towards your net, so unfortunate play for G2, and they find themselves down 2 goals to Atelier here in game number 1.
Absolutely huge here for Atelier as JNAPS gets that one down. Rizzo is waiting, but once again, Atelier just waiting for these plays, cutting them up before a shot can even come through. Turtle, he faked one out, turns it into the net. 3 goals up for Atelier.
This is starting to look good for Atelier. Turtle, who plays it slow yet again and just gets it by Kronovi. Turtle, this guy is sick. He has the power to carry. He was on Orbit last season. Orbit had an incredible record, and Turtle was a big reason for that, and he's showing why here on Atelier as well.
And Orbit was a part of what many consider to be the series of the tournament at the Amsterdam LAN between themselves and Mocket. Now Matt's going to try and make it 4, but Rizzo clears that one to the side. G2 have got so much work to do if they want to get themselves back into this first match. Sizz gets that one into the corner. Gonna take this one yet again. Tried to bounce off the wall. JNaps tried to go for a bicycle kick into the goal. Didn't quite get a hold of it, however. And G2 are still chasing against a team that will happily just keep mispositioning the ball and continue to run out the clock. 3 goals in the lead now as G2 just launching that one over. And Turtle should be able to deal with that one quite easily, and he has done so. Getting caught into their own final third. But G2, these passing plays still keep coming out. Lovely 1, 2, 3. Almost in, but hits the post.
Again, though, good ideas coming out from G2. Execution just barely missing. So G2, they're going to have to look ahead to next game, as this is going to be too much for them to overcome. As Sizz puts a 4th goal in. Yeah,
G2 right now just don't quite know how to deal with this. Sizz took his time, allowed that one to bounce out. That's far too far out for Rizzo to come through. Rizzo can't come and challenge that.
When it's bouncing off the backboard like that and you have the last player just sitting in net, you have to pre-jump in that situation to try to make yourself as big as possible. But with only 35 seconds left, being down by 3, there's not much hope for G2 to come back from this one anyway.
So G2, we've seen a lot of the same stuff coming out from them so far this game. These passing plays, whilst looking very effective, have actually been caught out every single time by Atelier. They are predicting them to come through. Do you want to see some more individual plays coming out from G2, or is this the right way to go forward?
We'll just have to see if they can start connecting on some of these team plays. They're having a little bit of a slow start, but like I said last season, when you're coming in and playing the first series of the day, playing against a team that's already played, that team that's already played is going to be warm. And a lot of times they perform better. So we'll see if Atelier can dominate like they did in game number 1. Turtle really helping them out there with those smart plays, making things happen. Really all members of Atelier contributing. Turtle and Sizz, they're getting the goals. Matt's getting the assists.
Yep, great game there from Atelier. The perfect start for them in this series. Turtle, continuing from where he was in the last series, was definitely a star player when they took on NRG. Continuing that here. Can they continue it for an entire series? We're going to find out.
Yeah, some of the crazy wins that we saw from G2 come from Rizzo and JNaps reading insane things off of the backboard, off the team passes, and Kronovi just staying up a ridiculous amount of time, getting strange touches on the ball, trying to set up shots for his teammates. Right now, we saw some good attempts by G2. We saw the one that hit the post. We had another one where Kronovi was in a couple of redirect opportunities that he barely missed out on. So I would expect that once G2 starts getting warm and they start hitting some of these things mechanically, that they'll be able to come back and make some plays. But Atelier coming out, setting the tone with a 4-0 shutout against G2. This, they might start to get in G2's heads a little bit.
Well, it was certainly the perfect start for them indeed, but we are going to start heading into game number 2 between these two teams here. G2 will want a rebound from that last game as quickly and as easily as possible. This opening minute for me, I think is going to be really telling. Are they rattled, or are they just going to keep playing this?
They just want to get a goal. Being shut out in a game is a horrible feeling. You just mentally draining. So just look for them to get a goal early and then just start rolling. But Atelier, they've proven that they are good. And oh, look at that right off the bat.
Okay, we said it might take a minute for us to figure out how this game's going to go. That took 8 seconds for Turtle to find Matt. JNaps. JNaps is caught sideways. There's not much he can do.
The positioning from Matt was good. He saw Turtle going up for that ball, and he just waited for it. Turtle put that ball down. It wasn't a shot. JNaps had to stay in net still, because if he would have left it, that shot from Turtle would have gone in. But there wasn't a lot of heat on it, and Matt being ready up front, he just taps it by JNaps. So another quick start from Atelier.
We saw JNaps with the whiff there. Kronovi gets that ball. Very heavy first touch from him. He's going to try and get this as it comes down, but Turtle is already on it. Yeah, another miss there from Rizzo, and Sizz there with the whiff as well. Kronovi might be able to get something in here, but no real sizzle onto that pass. Now Rizzo going to try and look for the passing play, but Sizz is there just in time. And here comes the pressure coming out from Atelier. How is the rotation going to work out for them? Matt seems to be sticking around. Is it going to be worthwhile? Almost is, as Rizzo gets himself in the way. Now over to JNaps. Rizzo has done so well.
That net was open. That net was open. Rizzo got the dunk, like you said, and put him on that counterattack. And JNaps just shot a little bit too quick. He had time. Probably none of his teammates told him, but he had time to put that shot on net.
Kronovi doesn't go for the first shot. He can now be followed up by JNaps, and Turtle in the way of that one. But Rizzo and the rest of G2 refusing to go away, but eventually cleared away. And that was left a lot longer than my auto cam allowed me to feel comfortable with.
Well, on that attack, Kronovi delayed his shot a little bit, and that was a good decision. It let pressure stay on, and JNAPS will almost put it in. G2 knocking, but still cannot finish.
Hits the crossbar on that one, a save, and then the crossbar. G2 are pressuring, they are pressing, but they have not found a break in the armor just yet. As Rizzo tries to get himself up high, Turtle has that one red. Seems like every single time they try to use that backboard, there is already a player ready and waiting for them.
Atelier, they're looking good still. Now 7 minutes where they've kept G2 scoreless.
As Kronovi tries to turn that one in, and that's a bit of a rush shot there. Not much power coming from that. Here's Matt against Rizzo. Rizzo gets enough onto it, and Kronovi goes for the clearance. Still only 1 goal the difference. As Kronovi gets himself up high, he's beat Turtle to it. Now can be followed up by Matt. And this Atelier rotation, especially in defense, has been phenomenal so far.
Keeping the shots out. Turtle with 3 saves already, getting the savior medal.
Before half a game is even gone as well. Incredibly impressive. JNAPS gets that one over the top, but Matt has him covered. But now Rizzo continuing to follow up on this one. Can he get this one down? No, he cannot. Atelier seems to be happy just to go for the 1-2 rotation now instead. Have one person go forward, leave 2 back, try and make sure they are more defensively sound than offensively capable. Here's Kronovi on the dribble, but immediately tackled there by Turtle. Here we see, off the side, here comes the open shot, and Matt! It's their first shot in a long time, but they've taken it.
On the counterattack, Turtle just slides it by the defender, has no boost, picks it up just in time to knock it past Kronovi, and Rizzo not able to get back in time. Matt just getting there on it was a pretty standard counterattack. Turtle beats that last defender. Really, it had to be a better 50-50 to keep that ball from getting out into the middle. And Atelier, 6 unanswered goals.
6 unanswered goals. We are now up to 8 minutes scoreless for G2. As Matt clears that one long. He's going to look for the redirect. That could very well be it. Sizz, he got contact, but no power onto that shot.
Yeah, needed to redirect that. A lot of times, the best way to redirect it in that situation, try to use the bottom of your car. You actually hit it with your wheels.
That's going to potentially go into a dangerous position. Sizz, he's going to have to try and back up into that. Never going to reach it first. Now Rizzo, he's got a dribbling opportunity. He looks at Kronovi. They're going for the passing play, and it has worked out. Kronovi receives the pass and puts it in.
The drought ended right here. Rizzo passes over to Kronovi. Matt thought he might get demoed, but no. Kronovi pops it, and Rizzo goes for the demo. That pop back from Rizzo, excellent example of a give and go on a fast break. And after 8.5 minutes, G2 finally get one on the board.
They certainly do, but now they need 1 more within 1 minute and 30 seconds here, as it's going to immediately be countered as Matt tries to put that one in. 3-1 is the score. 2 goals up yet again.
That's a hat trick for Matt, and 3 assists as well for Turtle. Matt coming in, it's just pressure, standard pressure, and Matt on the rebound cleans it up.
Pretty simple stuff. You take the shot, a defender has to move to go for it.
Sizz is just watching at this point. He's got 75 points and no shots on net, no assists, no saves, nothing.
Oh, look
because
at
he
you,
just watches.
Sizz.
He's watching.
Look at you,
He
Sizz,
doesn't need to do
doing
anything.
Nothing in the game. What a great Gibbs impression we're seeing from him. As Rizzo gets that one down.
He's probably watching the stream, hoping that we mention him.
Well, we've certainly got the mention on to
he won't
him.
like it, though.
He won't. No, I don't think anyone wants to be compared to Gibbs, to be honest. Turtle gets that one up. As Rizzo's going to bring this one down. Sizz gets to their first, though. Can they make it 4 goals to 1? Kronovi does not want that to be the case. 40 seconds remaining, enough time for them to get to 2 goals, but they need to get this out their own half first. And that's a great touch there from JNAPS, but nothing going to come from it.
Sizz, the first one back. No one from G2 had boost to chase that down.
Oh, what a shot there from JNAPS. The first time we've actually seen G2 go for a pass that comes out on the field.
JNAPS waking up. Kronovi put this one hard across the middle. That was a wonderfully done pass. He knew that JNAPS or Rizzo would be creeping out there, and JNAPS with a laser beam gets it by the defense, and this one's not out of reach. 30 seconds is plenty of time to tie this up and force overtime.
Certainly is, especially when they got an opportunity like that. Kronovi ends up making contact with Sizz, who is still in the air at this point. 20 seconds G2 have to avoid going 2-0 down in their opening game of the season. But firstly, they need possession of the ball. Kronovi did have that. He's going to continue to have that. He's got one opportunity, but that's just a launching touch. Here come G2. Ball up high. JNAPS needs to get their first. Turtle beats him to it. and that could very well be the end of the match.
Got to keep it up. As soon as that ball touches, it's over, and Sizz makes it happen. Sizz, you know, I don't think he got any, you see there, he's aggressor. He's only gotten one award. I don't know how many times I've seen only one award, but he did get a shot at the end there. So feels good, man, for Sizz. But Turtle and Matt just stepping up. Turtle getting that playmaker with 3 assists, and Matt just cleaning it up. Turtle did an excellent job of beating the last defender, opening up the opportunity for Matt to just come in and put it in. But G2, they're struggling on offense right now. Rizzo has yet to do anything on the offensive side of the ball. We saw JNaps finally get incorporated, and they're getting shots, but they're just not threatening too much.
They are definitely getting shots, but they're always being challenged. They're always being read. Even if Atelier are not actually getting towards the ball to go for the immediate save, they're getting close enough. They're shutting down the angles, and G2 need to find new ways out. I actually really like what they did towards the end there, where they pulled the pass out. Rather than trying to go across the goal, pull it back to the midfield, launch it into the open space you've now created in the goal.
Yes, that was a heads-up play by Kronovi, launching it out there. He knew JNaps or Rizzo was going to be there, and they finished it off. But their defense, they just, when you're sending the last person back, if you're going for that ball, you have to be a 100% sure that you're going to get a touch on that ball and win that 50-50, because 2 goals that were scored, they were just, Turtle was able to just bounce it off the wall by the last defender.
Yep, and Turtle has now got himself 2 MVPs in 2 games. He has come up huge this week for his team. Between himself and Matt, what a duo they've turned into from what we've seen this week.
Absolutely, but this is do or die for G2. Game number 3, they're on the brink of being swept. And Atelier, they're not a team that people are expecting finish in the top 4. But after this performance, who knows?
Who knows indeed, and the scary thing is if G2 gets swept here, they've got to play again.
And this is horrible for tiebreaker situation too. So if they finish down in the 6th spot, let's say they end up tying with Atelier, now that they have beaten G2, or if they do beat G2, they'll have the tiebreaker. So if they both finish with the same record, then Atelier would go on.
Well,
so every match so important. G2 has to make something happen.
Yeah, well, we're going to see here whether or not they have the ability to close out, but G2,
Turtle!
Just every time they try and get something sorted, there is a player in the way to get rid of it entirely. Now they've attempted the pinch there. Sizz and Turtle did not quite get the full effect of that pinch that they wanted. Now here comes JNaps. Bit of a fast play there, even for him. Rizzo beats that one. Kronovi has to launch that one long. Hasn't got anyone to fight. Rizzo's got it down. Goes for the double touch. Doesn't quite get it.
He needed to put that on target. That was a very good shot, but Turtle might have a fast break. He flings it by.
Oh, he was looking for Sizz in that play. Didn't think he could get it the entire way. I don't think he had the boost to try and go all the way. Here now comes Kronovi, tries to get it. We've seen him do ridiculous angles. Couldn't quite get it there. And that's an open goal. Turtle was not rotating back.
This one's just G2's pressure mounting time and time again. Sizz and Turtle both came out of the net right there, which was a mistake. Matt went for boost, was caught out. He was probably expecting Turtle to stay back in net, and the pressure from G2 just forced the mistake out of Atelier, and they get the first go-ahead goal that they've gotten so far in this series, and they have to get this win. They need a reverse sweep to take it at this point.
Yeah, this is a huge match for G2. The team, as we said at the very beginning, with all of the expectations on them after such a poor season last season, they've come up with a brand new roster that has been looking really good during the offseason, but they need to perform when it counts. Here comes another shot from Turtle. He's passed out to Matt. Matt just hits the crossbar, bit too high for him.
That setup from Matt, he had an opportunity to score. It was a tough one to get up quick enough to put the shot on, but still Atelier not backing down from this challenge.
Atelier are going to continue to try and pressure this one. Here comes Turtle. He's got it onto his hood. He's been dangerous so far with those dribbling plays, but that time Kronovi's got him covered.
We're already 6 shots to only 2 for G2. Atelier right now is dominating.
Certainly are, but they do not have the lead, and that is the most important thing right now. If we saw anything earlier from Radiance, it's that you do not need to take all of the shots to take the wins. Here comes Rizzo. He's gone all the way by himself. Doesn't get any contact onto that, though. And Matt will thankfully clear that one away, but only over to JNaps. And Matt, I think he must have clenched a little bit as he saw that go across his own goal, but he will be safe. Sizz has got that one down, and here comes the counter-attacking play from himself and Turtle. Sis turns himself around. Matt's going to turn around now. He's the last one in this rotation. Eventually puts that one on high. Rizzo comes in and he's got no Kronovi to look for because Kronovi was demolished earlier on in the play.
Oh, Matt and Sis both went for that shot. That one putting him a little bit out of position and vulnerable to a counterattack.
Matt gets there first. Turtle can't get there in time, and this has been much better rotations here from G2. Yes, they've been a little bit tighter than usual, a little bit more grouped up as a 3, but they have managed to get themselves just in the right positions to clear that ball away. Now over into the side. Sis going to try and look for the pass, but beat to it early. And now Turtle's got to get himself back because Rizzo is on the charge. Dangerous. He refuses to go away. Can he get the pass? He's got it to Crow. Oh, here comes JNAP's third person. Hits the post. And that was so needed for G2. They could have really done with that cushion.
We'll see if that's a make or break moment for G2. Just over a minute left. Only a 1-goal lead. More shots in favor of Atelier, but they have not been able to break through this defense. But still, a minute must seem like forever for G2, who's been struggling to put things in the back of the net.
That's just a play up to the side, trying to find the gap available to try and lessen it.
That was wide open.
2 demolishes and allows Rizzo to come through with the goal.
Kronovi just destroying the other team. Takes out Turtle, takes out Matt. The net wide open for Rizzo. He put that. It was well placed. I was worried for a moment. I thought he had put it long, but now 2-goal lead for G2. They're poised to take this win, and they're starting to get the momentum back in their favor.
Well, all they need to do is hold on at this point, but Atelier will prove, if anything, that they are resourceful, and they're going to try and find themselves a way through here. Sis puts that one down. Matt is actually rotating back there. I can only assume he's out of boost, because otherwise he would have gone towards that ball. Try and turn it in. JNAP's well played from him. Over the top of one, but Turtle yet again. Great defensive positioning from him every single time. Kronovi gets someone to the middle. Here comes Rizzo. He needs to try and get the block onto that one. Sis will try and play this down. He's got Matt to look for. Matt puts that one down. Not enough power onto that one. Tries to go for a bouncing shot into the top of the goal.
Rizzo kept that one out. That was dangerously close to sneaking in under the crossbar. But G2, their defense holding strong. Even though shot differential in favor of Atelier, G2 keeps it out and shuts out Atelier for the first time.
Well, they're going to try and get one more here, as Rizzo's going to keep flicking this one up. This is just for style points at this point, and they do not get a hold of it. But the first win for G2 this series.
This one, they have to start building back the momentum. This is a best of 5. Right now, Atelier, they took the first 2 games. G2 bounces back. You see 5 saves in favor of G2, and Kronovi not getting a goal, but still gets on the board with an assist. G2 starting to make something happen.
Yeah, G2 definitely looking much stronger that game. I think they didn't really seem like they were just trying to launch that ball anymore, because the first 2 games looked like they were trying to overwhelm Atelier. This time, took their time a bit more. These passing plays were a lot more effective than they have been at any other time. And then you got a double demo.
Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with double demo.
The double demo from Kronovi. Really, the first demo was enough. That last player back, when he took him out, the other players were out of position, and Rizzo had a wide open net to shoot on. So G2 bouncing back, taking this one, but they've got 2 more wins that they've got to get. Atelier, they just need to take 1. But G2, maybe they're warm now. Atelier, like we saw last series, played NRG, got warmed up. G2, maybe they just need to get warmed up as well.
Could very well be. We can see on the stats, actually, this is a very close game in terms of possession and offense from both teams, but G2 coming out better, making better quality plays. Can they continue it in Game 4? Well, we've got the field just here,
and
so let's find ourselves out.
I cannot stress how important this match is. Every match so critically important, especially if you're G2 when you struggled last season to close games out. You have to get this win. This is just... From a mental standpoint, this would be enormous for G2 if they can make it happen, and would be just a blow, a devastating blow if they lose it. But for Atelier, on the flip side, if they can steal a win off G2, then they would be feeling good even though they dropped the last series to NRG.
Well, when you ask public opinion, you would not say Atelier would go over G2 or NRG. That'd be a great win to pick up. That'd be much more useful when they go into their future weeks against what is considered to be much easier opponents. But Matt going to start this one out for his team. He's actually passed that one out to JNAPs, but gets the block onto that. just drops himself down. Here comes Rizzo, over to JNaps. JNaps over to Rizzo! 1-2 triangle goal!
They're starting to warm up indeed. Rizzo spots out JNaps. He puts it right to him, and the give and go. Rizzo was ready for it, and JNaps did not disappoint. That was a stellar goal for G2.
JNaps was a beautiful passer right there. Rizzo, as soon as he passed over to JNaps, didn't even slow down. He went full boost because he knew JNaps was going to get that right onto his hood. Although this is not good for them. Kronovi with the save. You can't be pulling out great plays and handing away goals like that, and they have thankfully not done so.
Textbook give and go. That was really just if you're wondering how to execute at the highest level, watch that play again.
G2 going to try and keep this one away from their own half. However, this is going to be dangerous, especially when they keep passing in front of their own net. Now they've got consistent pressure on them. Great save there from JNaps, but they've got to keep doing it. Another one coming out, this time from Kronovi. The clearance over to the side. Rizzo now. They're trying to get aside. Why is Kronovi coming out for that one? He seems to have broken the rotation, and Rizzo gets bumped away.
He's been getting bumped for like 30 seconds straight.
Poor toddler Rizzo. As Sis gets that one down. He's actually pulled out 2 for that. Rizzo and Kronovi going for the same ball as Turtle can just turn this one in.
Chaos.
That was awful rotation.
Atelier was playing with their food. Just that Rizzo bumps Kronovi out. If you go and watch the replay, they were just panicking for the longest time. Atelier just time and time again forcing them to go for a ball to keep it out, and they were running into each other. There were bumps from Atelier, and Atelier ties this one up, and that was a frustrating series of events if you're G2.
Certainly was. Atelier weren't exactly trying to pull out anything too fancy with that, just constantly taking shot onto the net. Although that's a great touch there from Rizzo. JNaps and Rizzo yet again turning up together.
Rizzo starting to get involved. JNaps to Rizzo yet again. That's the second time they've connected, and Rizzo just sneaking that one under the crossbar, getting G2 the lead. And again, they need this one. They have to force game 5. This is game number 4. They've got to force game 5 if they hope to still have a shot at taking this series.
Turtle has not got any contact with that, but neither has Kronovi. JNaps has to clear that one away. And now Sis looking for Matt. Matt gets that one down. Oh, Rizzo. Crucial touch there from him because he had Sis just waiting for him in the background. And these long clearances coming through from Atelier. That is a bait out, and Matt thankfully gets contact onto that because he had people, piranhas, ready and waiting for him if he did not make contact. Rizzo misses that one. Sis and JNaps both up to this ball at the same time. So Matt needs to get the clearance over. That should be JNaps's, but Matt yet again. Matt seems to have just perfected this as a technique.
Yeah, just hit it and then hit it right to your opponent and then come in and dunk him.
Perfectly sound strategy if he's making it work. Turtle a bit early onto that flick on allows Rizzo to take that ball away from him. As G2 still in the lead. Can they make it one more? 2 players up for that. And maybe, just maybe, Atelier is starting to feel the pressure because they're starting to send 2 players to the ball a lot more often. Their defensive rotations have been phenomenal up to this point in the series.
But plenty of time left for Atelier to time this one up, or to come back in this one. 2 minutes. It's quite a long time. But G2, Rizzo, and JNaps, they're starting to light up.
Certainly are. Kronovi's going to try and chase that one down. Turtle just pounds him away and just says, no, this is mine, mate. You're not taking any of this away from me. Kronovi launches that over to Rizzo. Rizzo to Kronovi. These 1-2 plays are phenomenal right now. Didn't quite get that one through, but G2 still in the lead. Now off the backboard, Turtle not in a position to turn that one in. And Atelier, they need pressure now on this ball.
Good pop up. Can JNaps execute?
Kronovi shot onto target. Is there anyone back there on that one? We've seen that before where there was no one back there for Atelier. Almost a repeat of the same situation. Rizzo is going to play that back towards his defender, who is JNaps.
The demo attempt from Turtle coming up short. This is going to be a 3-on-2 situation for a bit.
Certainly is. And now Rizzo takes his time. He's pulled out 2 defenders from that one, but he did get bumped as he tried to go for it. And now Turtle clears this one eventually. Still not that convincing, however. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. And Atelier will want to avoid this game 5. They need a goal.
The momentum starting to shift. If G2 can take this, going into game 5, Atelier is going to be sweating, and G2 will be in an excellent spot to get the comeback.
Well, this could be a great position to make it 2. Here comes Rizzo. Great positioning on that shot. It was definitely on target, and Matt came through with the save. But time is still ticking away for Atelier. Matt over to Turtle. Turtle puts that one off the side. Rizzo does not want any rebound plays coming in against him. But Atelier still trying it, and if that shot was on target, that could have been very dangerous. And Matt, he's wasted quite a bit of time for this. Only over to Turtle, no one there to follow that pass.
Like you said, Rizzo was out of position there. A shot on net would have done some damage.
Here comes Matt. Plays that one. Just looks like they're trying for this a bit too often here. Atelier are going to have to try and think of some new style of play to beat this G2 defense. Sizz was there. It's going to be played outwards. Here is the final attempt here for Atelier. As Sizz goes for the bump, Turtle with the shot. JNaps has to cover for Rizzo. Great awareness to realize that there was a situation brewing. Took that ball away.
Now G2 starting to heat up, taking game number 4. They went down 0-2, bouncing back to tie it up. Really, Rizzo and JNaps come alive in this series, connecting to each other. That first give and go was so sweet to watch. And then Rizzo, the second time, redirecting it underneath the crossbar. These guys, their passing plays, that was the difference in this game, but still, that one was a razor-thin margin. Only winning by 1, but they have all the momentum going into game 5.
They certainly do. What a series this has been so far. Pretty much every single player turning up at the very least. But G2, they are starting to look like they are feeling it right now. Great offense coming through from them. They're actually starting to pace and position these passes so much better because Atelier, they were doing great throughout the first 2 games of noticing when these plays were coming out and getting in front of it. This time, not happening.
Yeah, they're setting each other up. They're looking for one another, and more importantly, they're hitting their shots. They're hitting their plays. So G2, they just need to take this game. This would be a massive upset, in my opinion. If Atelier can take down G2, it's a big upset. But G2 is not giving up. This is going to be a defining moment. When they look back near the end of the season of league play, and one game is the difference, they'll look at this game as that deciding factor. So G2, they just need to push through if they hope to make it. But Atelier, they started strong. They just need to have one more strong performance, and they'll get the upset.
Yep, and as you said, we have had numerous examples over the past couple of seasons of one game needed to go through to the next round. You do not play all that many over these 5 weeks.
Every game's so important.
So here we go, G2 versus Atelier, Game 5 to crown our winners of this series. And what a battle this has turned out to be. JNaps with the eventual clearance over, and we're in Utopia Coliseum for this final matchup.
Look for JNaps and Rizzo to do what they did last game. And if Atelier starts doing well, look for Turtle and Matt to kick it into the next gear.
Yeah, but certainly team has turned into a match of duos throughout all of this. Those 2 duos working out very well together. Kronovi with the launch over to JNaps. Here we go. The pressure is starting to build. The speed is starting to come up. Matt was not too happy with his first touch. Managed to come back, though, and save himself from the pressure of the raging bull Kronovi, who was charging towards him. Now JNaps
going for the bump.
He's going to go for the bump, but JNaps hasn't put this on target. Lack of communication there of what was going to happen, and there's no one in net. That is going to be an opening goal for Atelier.
Sizz says, James, don't forget about me. I can do it too, and he just beats the last defender, narrowly dodging the demo from Kronovi and flinging it past the final defender for G2. Sizz steps up after being quiet in these previous games. Sizz stepping up, getting a big goal.
Absolutely huge. Then the first minute of this game, Atelier have taken the lead. What can G2 do to respond to this? We are going to find out, as Kronovi is going to leave that one for the time being. Seeing what Sizz does. Sizz ends up missing the ball. Kronovi passes that one out. Too much power onto that one, and JNaps can't do anything with it. Here comes Rizzo. He's going to try and get himself a second touch, but too much power on his initial touch is not going to allow it to happen. And G2, there's a lot of communication letdowns that we're seeing here. A lot of times where one player is coming for it and someone else touches the ball despite not being in an optimal position.
This is a high-pressure situation for both of these teams. We'll get a good idea of how they handle situations like these.
Yep, G2 full of very experienced players, though, who have been in these sort of positions before, but can they do it together as a team? JNaps tries to clear one away, but here's Sizz. Trying to keep that in a somewhat dangerous position. Turtle tries to go for the dunk. Doesn't get anything for it, but him and Sizz still staying up in the field. Turtle's going to come back and allow Matt to come into the rotation. That was an open goal, but Matt was not given an easy shot to take. Here's Turtle. Puts that one up high. And G2 struggling to get rid of this. Rizzo's going to have to play this one backwards. Not opportune because it means no power from that. Sizz going for bumps onto JNaps. And no shot onto target. And we're seeing demos off the screen there. What is going on this map?
Oh, Rizzo wanted to go for that redirect as well. That demo just meant that they would not be able to get that return clear.
Over to the side, here's Turtle. Can't do anything with it though. Rizzo ends up leaving that one 1-0. Still the scoreline. Atelier in position to take what has been one heck of a series. Matt turns that one down. No pressure coming through. 2 players from G2 miss it. 3 players from G2 miss it. And that is not how you want to see this happen.
Disaster for G2 in front of the net. JNaps and Rizzo both missing that. Kronovi expected them to get that hit. And Turtle just takes advantage of the ball, plopped out into the middle. No defense left whatsoever. And that has to be mentally just destructive for G2. Can they bounce back, or will Atelier close out after being on the Oh, it says
it's that upper arc yet again. We saw it come through to decide a game earlier on in the day, and yet again it comes down, drops straight down, and Rizzo is not in position to clear that one away.
I thought Rizzo was going to be able to have that one, but it's tricky. Bounced off the corner of the ceiling, and Sizz gets his second goal. Really, Sizz stepping up when it matters most for Atelier.
Just in position like a predator, looking for every single possible mistake. Sizz gets the backflip onto that one. G2, they need a goal, and they need a goal right now. As Matt with the clearance. Here comes Sizz. He has been on fire throughout this game. Gets that one. It's a nice pass out, but Matt too far back on that one. Atelier doing the smart thing, focusing more on their defense than trying to get themselves a fourth. JNaps almost with the bicycle kick into the net.
Oh, it was the right idea. He knew that someone would be there for the save, but still, they need to make some plays happen right now. This is a chance.
Oh, that's going to go in. Okay, here we go.
They are starting to play with a fire lit under him. Rizzo to JNaps. The passing's still on point. JNaps pops that right over Matt, and Rizzo pounces on top of it, but they're going to have to get 2 more plays and force overtime. Otherwise, the series is over, and Atelier will walk away with the win.
Looked like that original shot might have actually been a little bit too soft for them, but G2 coming out with the goal, and now Atelier, this is going to be a test for them. Can they hold up against this G2 onslaught that's going to come towards them? Turtle has possession of the ball. JNaps has got that one. It's rolling towards the net. Almost a dunk there from Rizzo, but Matt gets that one just over to the side. But G2 will not be denied. They are going to continue to pressure, to squeeze, and try and find a way through this Atelier defense. Here's JNaps, puts that one down for himself. He's got that one up high. Kronovi is in the air, taps it down. We have a 1-goal game.
53 seconds left on the clock. JNaps taps it to himself and gets the second pop. Kronovi had to beat all 3 defenders, and he certainly did it with style there. 1 goal separating these 2 teams now.
2 goals have come out from G2 now after JNaps has done a pop close towards the enemy net. They're working out so well at mispositioning the Atelier defense, and now 50 seconds. Rizzo by himself flicks it over one. Turtle backflip, but it does not matter. Hits the crossbar. G2 though, they will not go away in that final third.
Where's
Is
Kronovi?
that an open
He's
net?
there.
Kronovi's there.
He
Turns that one in. 3-3. 36 seconds remaining.
Kronovi coming in from the back, and JNaps again beats the defense. Kronovi puts it right under Matt, who was expecting a shot on the left side of the net. G2 about to complete the most epic comeback we've seen in NA so far this season.
Week 1 of Season 3, and we might have the greatest game in NA Rocket League history. Is the ending to this though? A G2 or Atelier win? A Turtle with the fake, goes the whole way, hits the post! Turtle with a play that would have been thoroughly worthy of ending this series, not quite to be.
Turtle almost making that happen, but we might see Kronovi be able to be on the other end of a JNaps pass. JNaps being the catalyst for this G2 offense.
Matt gets the block onto that one. It's an open net, however. Sizz has to clear that one to the side, but G2 are everywhere right now. Turns that one, it's not on target. It's going to touch the floor.
Overtime.
We have overtime, James Watt.
Yes, we do. The next goal takes the series.
Is that going to be it? Matt tries to put it on target, but they would have hit the crossbar anyway. Huge game here for both of these teams, and as you mentioned earlier, whoever loses this might be a mental landmine. JNaps! And then the bump puts that one into the net. What a great block.
JNaps, he just destroys the mind of Matt. And look at that, he delays it and blocks him. He just blocks him and gets it right into the net. JKnaps with a heads-up play, and G2 with an unlikely comeback in game number 5, down by 3 with just a minute and a half left to go, and they somehow pull it together. And what a devastating upset. If you're Atelier, you thought you had this in the bag, but no, G2 proven that they are clutch, coming back and getting this win. I had counted G2 out, but never again, my friend.
Okay.
It's all right.
That was good. More of that, please.
Oh, man, that was crazy.
An unbelievable series here. You can even see me on camera. You can see...
Konorski might be the greatest clutch player I've ever seen. He owns a BMW. He's won an RLCS World Championship. The guy is a beast.
What a great series indeed. And we are going to have to get in more depth of it over onto the analyst desk.